Hello and welcome to our online recovery college. Today we're talking about the importance of eating well for our health and well-being during the coronavirus lockdown. Firstly, it's normal and understandable for all of us to feel anxious or upset about the pandemic and the effect it's having on our lives and those of people we care about. This is a stressful time, and looking after our mental and physical health is really important. Eating well can help. I'm finding that learning about nutrition, trying new recipes, sharing them with friends on social media, and trying to pay more attention when eating, rather than snacking distractedly, are really helpful ways of staying grounded, keeping my mood on an even keel, and staying connected with others in lockdown. So how should we eat well during the pandemic? Unfortunately, there's no diet and no known supplement, potion or pill that can stop us from catching the coronavirus that causes COVID-19 disease. This is because it's a new virus and we don't have a learned immune response to it. The best way to avoid catching and spreading the virus is to follow good medical and scientific advice, to stay at home as much as we can, wash our hands thoroughly and frequently with soap and water, clean surfaces in our homes, and catch coughs and sneezes using a clean tissue. But it is important to eat well during the lockdown and try to avoid having an unbalanced, nutritionally deficient diet. Malnutrition can increase a person's risk of serious illness if they get sick, as well as slowing down their recovery. Many different nutrients are needed to support the healthy functioning of our immune system. Hence, a healthy, varied, nutrient-dense diet is important to our body's ability to cope with any infection and to recover if we get sick. Nutrients that are important to support our immune system include vitamins A, B6, B12, C and D, as well as minerals including copper, folate, iron, selenium and zinc. Supplements are not normally needed if you're healthy and eating well, and in some cases can be harmful. Ask for expert advice on supplements from a dietitian if you have any medical condition, disease or food intolerance that affects your ability to eat a varied diet or to absorb nutrients you need, or if you are a vegan. If you are self-isolating or unable to go outside, a daily supplement containing 10 micrograms of vitamin D is currently recommended by dietitians for adults and children over a year old. This is not needed if we're able to get out for our daily exercise, because we can get most of the vitamin D we need from being out in the sunshine regularly during the spring and summer months, even under current lockdown conditions. We can also get vitamin D from oily fish, eggs, meat and dairy products, and from fortified foods, including non-dairy milks, yogurt, and baby milk. Cod liver oil, a nasty-tasting liquid supplement given to children during the war, contains a lot of vitamin D, but remember this is not recommended if you're pregnant. Malnutrition. Unfortunately, food poverty and malnutrition are not just something our grandparents' generation suffered. I was shocked to discover that there are about 3 million people in the UK who are malnourished or at risk of malnutrition, and 37 million in the United States. There are many more in poorer parts of the world. Malnutrition can affect anyone, but is more common in older people and those who are socially isolated. This can be because they don't get out much, have unmet material or social care needs, or have poor physical or mental health. Our mental health can affect our ability to plan ahead and remember to eat regularly, as well as sometimes making it hard to hold down a job and earn enough to live well. Some medications we take to relieve distressing symptoms can also have side effects that make it harder to follow a healthy diet, like making you feel sleepy or increasing your appetite. So it's really important for our mental health to eat well, but also more likely that we're not eating well because of our mental health. This is true under normal circumstances, but even more so during the pandemic, when we are struggling with additional pressures like food supply chaos and disruption to our routines, with all the associated anxiety. Many of us are finding lockdown boring, lonely or stressful, and maybe trying to cope with negative emotions by snacking on unhealthy foods. So here are 5 ways to eat well for health and well-being. Number 1. Eat a rainbow. Greens are great, but to get all the vitamins and minerals you need for optimal health and well-being, choose a variety of different types and colours of fruit and vegetables. As well as providing vitamins, minerals and fibre, the natural colours and flavours of plants add powerful antioxidants to our diet. Our bodies need these to balance free radicals that can cause oxidative stress. The best way to make sure you get the right amount of antioxidants in your diet is to eat a good variety of fruit and vegetables. Number 2, get the right balance. For a healthy diet, you need the right balance of the main food groups: fruit and veg, proteins, carbohydrates and fats. Foods rich in proteins include beans, pulses, fish, eggs, dairy products, and meat or plant-based substitutes. They contain amino acids that are needed to build and maintain muscle. Carbohydrates are also important. Healthy options include whole grains and nutrient-dense starchy vegetables. The body also needs small amounts of fat to absorb fat-soluble vitamins and the right balance of omegas 3 and 6. If you have diabetes or a heart condition, you should seek professional advice on the right fats to include in your diet. Number 3, eat real food. Our bodies don't need the highly refined processed foods, fizzy drinks, ready meals, cakes and biscuits, crisps, sugary breakfast cereals, puddings and sweets that dominate the diets of Western consumer societies. These foods are often high in unhealthy fats, salt, sugars, and artificial sweeteners. They are aggressively marketed as convenience foods and snacks, and clever advertising tries to package them as attractive by associating them with other things we might want, like happiness or social status. As a consequence, we often reach for these foods when we are depressed or anxious. They can give a temporary sugar rush, but this is followed by a rollercoaster effect on your mood and energy levels, causing a vicious cycle of unhealthy snacking. Number 4, plan healthy snacks. Snacking can be part of a balanced diet if we think ahead and make sure healthy options are at least as convenient as those we want to avoid. Research shows we tend to snack on the first thing we see when we open the cupboard or fridge, so keeping healthy snacks handy is a good tactic. Snacks that are high in both protein and fibre, like nuts and seeds, hummus and veg sticks, or yogurt and fruit, can help to keep our energy levels and mood on an even keel throughout the day. Number 5, consider other self-care options. It is important for our health and well-being to eat regularly, but when trying to kick unhealthy snacks, it helps to stop and think, am I really hungry? We often think we're hungry when we're actually dehydrated. Most of us don't drink near the recommended amount of water. Also, life under lockdown can be boring, lonely or stressful. If we're using unhealthy snacks to try to fill a void in our lives, taking a break, doing something creative, going for a walk, or texting a friend can be good alternatives that help to fill our real needs instead. Exercise can energize us and lift our mood by releasing endorphins, which is much more effective than sugar rush snacking. Learning new skills and connecting with others and with nature have proven mental health benefits and are good lockdown coping strategies. So, in summary, the main things we can all do to keep ourselves, our loved ones, and our community safe during this pandemic are to follow the scientific and medical advice and remember all the strategies we've learned at Recovery College to live and eat well despite mental health challenges. And finally, remember the NHS is still here for us if we need help. If you live in Cheshire or on the Wirral, there is a new 24/7 mental health crisis helpline. The number is 0300 303 3972.